You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney theme parks podcast, and this is show number 260, the Sunday, the 12th of April, 2019.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to the Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my good friend Jane Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. And if you want to find out more about us, you can always visit our Facebook page, Disney Dream Girls. You can go and see us on Twitter and Instagram at DisDreamGirls, and you can read more about what's going on in our world over on our website, DisneyDreamGirls.com. But without further ado, here is my aforementioned sidekick, the wonderful Jane Phipps. Hello, my lovely.
Hello, my dear, and how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, good.
I'm good. I want to really dedicate this show, number 360, to our beautiful Katie Mason, because she's been on holiday in Walt Disney World and her much beloved Callum proposed.
I know, the suave chap that he is. How about that for a smooth move?
I am so excited. Now, I do gather he proposed with a Mickey head type ring, the one that you can buy in the parks. He has got a secret ring back at home for her.
That's quite cute, though. I do like that. I actually have a little Mickey head ring as well, which I used when I renewed my vows many years ago in Vegas, of all places. So I like little Mickey rings for little special occasions like that.
Absolutely. So congratulations, Katie. So everybody's sending their love to you and Callum. Can't wait to hear all the Disney themes that you're going to stick in this wedding. There will be some, I am sure.
I'm sure there will.
Her favourite princess is Belle, so I'm sure there will be something.
Oh, it's got to be.
Anyway, my lovely, I've got lots of Disney things to talk about.
Oh, okay.
One thing, today's the 12th. Well, it's my birthday tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I found my birthday present.
Oh, God. Here we go.
There's two things I've seen.
Right.
And I've posted them. I think I've posted one of them on the Facebook page. It's the Dooney and Burke Dumbo bag. Oh, my word, it's the cutest.
It is very cute. I will give you that, yeah.
But I don't want you to give me that because I am actually moving away from expensive handbags.
Are you feeling all right, Michelle?
I know, it must be the cold weather I'm coming overcome. But I absolutely love the new Dumbo Stife plush that has arrived over at Big Top Souvenirs. $74.99 for a Stife plush is a steal.
Yeah, because Stife bears can be rather expensive, can't they?
Yeah. Now, Disney have done the clever thing on this. On the display, they have put individual security tags on each and every one. So you shoplifters out there, and I don't think anyone who's a shoplifter will be listening to this show, because everyone who listens to this is true of heart and true Disney through and through. But they've put those little anti-theft devices on them. But it's so cute.
Well, I think I can understand why, because it's Stife and it's Dumbo and a good price, like you say, Michelle, and these are sort of things that we will no doubt be seeing on eBay at extortionate prices, I would imagine.
But I suppose for me, it is very cute, but I've got a virtual identical Disney Dumbo plush in my bedroom that cost £15. And I'm sorry, apart from the little yellow and red sticker on it, there's no difference between the two in my mind.
Well, it's funny you say that, Michelle, because I literally have one in my bedroom as well. That's weird that we've both got one in our bedroom, but I do have a Dumbo plush, and I love my little Dumbo plush. And there's not an awful lot different really between the two, apart from the name, obviously.
While we're talking of merchandise, I've come up with an idea.
Okay.
And it's a cracking idea.
Right.
Well, it's kind of expanding on a Disney idea, okay, I will be honest.
All right, okay.
But Disney have launched over at Epcot the Americana mini ears, and I don't know if you've seen them. They're like a blue headband with red lining. One ear is like a satin blue with silver stars, and the other side is sequin stripes. And then it's got a big red sequin bow in the middle, a really nice looking bow as well.
Yeah, it is. It's cute, actually, yeah. Proper stars and stripes.
Yeah, and I think that's really good. And I think, patriotic, found at the America Pavilion, but Disney, you're missing a trick. Why aren't you doing them for every single country round World Showcase?
Well, it's what you know. What it's kind of one of those ones, Michelle, where you say that, and I kind of automatically thought that there would be.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean? Even looking at these now, I'm thinking, why have we not seen these before? It seems like one of the most obvious things to do as Mickey ears or Minnie ears would be to have the flags of the countries.
Yeah. I am demanding I have a British Union flag on my ears. Or I shouldn't say British, it's Union, it's United Kingdom, isn't it? But you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I think and say it surely would be very easy to incorporate the flags of those worlds into sets of ears.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think that's Disney, unless you've got it already planned, that's my idea. Just send me the commission.
Or if not, if you couldn't incorporate the flag, you could incorporate emblems that are quintessentially, you could have I don't know, a jar of maple syrup for Canada or something like that. I know it's a bit weird, but do you know what I mean? This could be quintessential items that you could adorn on ears.
Or some people might say stereotypical items on ears.
I was going for quintessential because it sounded better.
Well, while we're also still talking about merchandise, oh my God, they have brought out a grape soda bag.
Oh, yes.
Now, we all know the grape soda story, Carl and Ellie, it's from Up. Those pin badges when they first came out, it was really, really cute.
Yeah.
The bag looks amazing, but they spoiled it.
Oh, wow, what they've done.
It's got like a massive size nappy pin as the handle to represent the big pin. And I just think it's going to be cumbersome. It's not going to stay right in my mind. It looks like it might not be as shiny forever. It'll get scratched. It'll end up looking a bit shabby after a while. In my opinion, I might be proven wrong.
So this could be a little bit, looks great, but don't use it.
Yeah, and it's $75 as well. And to me, for the material, it's not even leather. It's just faux PVC. $75. It's put another 75 in. You can get a dooney or you can get a leather bag. Do you know what I mean? You can get something with a bit more quality.
Yeah, they are appealing to those of us in the know that appreciate the whole grape soda aspect, aren't they? So
Yeah.
the cashing in on a little factoid, I suppose.
And also it's great for your Disney bounds, let's be honest.
Oh, God, yeah,
And I think
definitely.
Disney are doing a lot of that at the moment. Like, I don't know if you saw the other day, they've introduced the badges that you can actually buy in the Disney theme parks now.
Oh, no, haven't seen this.
You've not seen them? Hang on
No.
a second. So you've got things like Meet Me at the People Mover, Not a Morning Person, Looking for More, Thingamabob, I'm Here for the Rose Gold. So it's in the style of the Disney buttons, but it's not Disney buttons.
Yeah,
And it's not, I'm not a morning person. So they've come out, you buy 2 in a pack.
Right.
I think they're a good idea.
Yeah.
$10 though, I'd be buying them off Instagram because they're cheaper. But
Yeah.
I suppose, it's people still showing their fandom. And why shouldn't Disney get the ching for it rather than people ripping off Disney and selling them on their Instagram?
Well, yeah, they're only cashing in on what's already going on, isn't it?
Yeah. And while we're talking of merchandise, you know that I'm staying at Pop Century this year.
Yeah.
And in the past, I've been able to pick up merchandise. Like I've had like a little plush pillow from Wilderness Lodge, and I've got one from mugs from, say, Animal Kingdom Lodge. But there's never been that much recently, merchandise-wise, for the value ranges.
Right.
Well, they've splatted out completely all over the internet this week a bespoke Pop Century t-shirt,
Right.
a tumbler. You can
Okay.
get, for some strange reason, someone wants a toothpick holder. I don't know why you'd want a Pop Century toothpick holder for $9.99. I've not a clue.
Yeah, not what comes to mind, but hey ho.
But they do have a really cute Mickey head Pop Century tree ornament, and that is definitely one for me because it's going to be a nice little memento. So I'm thinking, if they're bringing these out for Pop, are they going to bring them out for all the resorts now?
Well, it's a bit like we said with regard to ears and Epcot around the world, isn't it? You would think if there's a particular thing, because people do like to collect, especially those people that are able to go, have it on the bucket list to do all these different various resorts over a period of time, to be able to get a nice uniform memento so that you've got the same thing but in the style of each one would be cool.
And people do like to collect these things, reminders of the holidays, send them out as little gifts to people. So, yeah, I imagine we're going to see a whole host of them. 2 more bits of news I want to go with.
Okay.
The next one I am so excited about. And literally, I've only just found out a little bit of information about it. And this is going to happen over at Disney's California Adventure.
Right.
They are going to be having an outdoor musical production entitled Tale of the Lion King.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be performed at the Palisades Stage in DCA starting from the 7th of June.
Right.
There's going to be a cast of 18 performers, and that's going to encompass singers, dancers, actors, drummers. And they're going to come together and have a grouping called Storytellers of the Pride Lands.
Oh.
Whilst it's not sounding like it's going to be a reproduction of the film version, it's going to be stories through language, song and dance.
Well, obviously the new movie, the live action, comes out very, very soon, doesn't it? And even over at Disneyland Paris, they've got the whole season of The Lion King happening. So it's a very, obviously, on-brand thing to be doing at the moment this summer. So, and I've always loved, I mean, big fans of The Lion King anyway in our family, but I've always loved The Lion King shows that they've done in the past. So fingers crossed for good things.
And I'm going to end on something sweet, just like you.
Oh, you say the sweetest things, Law.
I know. We all know we love a little bit of cake over here at the Disney Dream Girls, and although it's not strictly keto, we can make exceptions when it comes to talking about Amarette's Patisserie.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to be talking about.
It's the new Aladdin-inspired petit cake.
It looks amazing.
Oh my God. Cuteness.
Yeah, overload.
But what an amazing spectrum of flavours, from the almond chiffon cake with the amaretto flavouring, so that beautiful sort of cherry taste. Then it's going to have the thick pâte de fruit, so that's like a gel. And then it's going to have a 5-spice mousse, and it's going to have a golden raisin jam and an almond pecan granola for a bit of crunch. Oh my word.
They do sound amazing flavours that do complement, you know, the origins, I suppose, of Aladdin and the area that it's supposed to come from, etc. It does kind of reek of all that, doesn't it?
Yeah. And they're about $18 for these cakes. And when I've had these cakes before, this same sort of size, we've managed to get it cut into 6.
Really? Yeah, they are decent size, aren't they? Yeah, I can even tell from looking at the photos online that they are a decent size.
I don't know if it's going to beat the red velvet one that I am a massive fan of. I'm not sure about that, but boy oh boy, it looks intriguing, and I might even have to just have one as an additional cake. A little try.
I think it's probably the right thing to do, Michelle.
I'll take one for the team.
Yeah.
So that basically wraps up all the things that caught our attention this week. So I did put a little bit of a post on our Disney Dream Girls podcast family this week, asking people to sort of post some questions to us, or pose us a dilemma, or give us some advice that we can share with everybody else, because at the end of the day, we all have such a wealth of knowledge with regards to all of our different Disney trips that if we share it, it can maximise everybody's trips.
Yeah.
And the first one is coming from our lovely friend Erica Barthel. She also works for a travel agency, and she's a font of knowledge. She's a DVC member, and she knows so much about Disney. And when she goes really good and does Disney amazingly. So, she's a great person for you to chat to if you've got any particular questions, things like that. No pressure. So, anyway, she wanted to give some advice to the groupage with regards to how far in advance you should be thinking about booking your Walt Disney World vacation.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I ask you, Jane, that question, how far in advance as a British person would we be booking?
I know from my own personal, I tend to book out as far in advance as I possibly can, purely from a monetary budgeting aspect, because obviously it can be rather expensive coming from the old UK. So I'm always probably looking at least a year to 18 months in advance.
Okay. For me personally, I'm assuming as I'm able to pay for it, I'm going to book it. I tend to try and book at least a year out. However, I think it was January, February, I booked next year's trip for next July to Alaska on the cruise line. So I suppose with the cruise line particular, you've got to book it as soon as it opens, because the majority of times with the cruise line, the prices do go up as the availability goes down.
Yes, yeah.
And I think for the Disney company, if you book as far out as possible, you can get the best deal. However, there is a sort of little perk on that, and I am going to sort of allude to that in a minute.
Okay.
So basically what Erica tells her clients is always book as far out as you are physically able to do. Some people, because of work or family commitments or whatever, aren't able to book till like 5 weeks before or 3 weeks before or even less. And I think if you're booking out that little amount of distance, you're going to miss out on things such as your fast passes and your ADRs, and you're going to miss those key deadlines. So she does warn about that. And she says from an American's point of view, book it as soon as you can. And she's saying at the moment, she's thinking they're going to release the 2020 packages in June or July, where they possibly will have the free dining promotions running.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that often ties in with the British ones as well, doesn't it? Because we tend to see those sorts of things emerging anytime, late June through to September-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've already got the offers for next year out and available in the UK, and we tend to get ours first because in the UK we do tend to book our trips out a little bit more because our airfares are just so ridiculous, and we can book airfares 11 months out.
Yeah.
But, you know, the difference is when you're using a travel agent such as Erica, and I've done this before and I've used Christine Sir for this, you are able to give them everything, and they will get your ADRs for you, they will get you your fast passes, and they charge you not a penny at all. And a good travel agent is worth their weight in gold, because if you're not familiar with all of these phrases and it's your first time going, or you're a very busy person and you don't have the time to do all of this, using an agency like this is brilliant. And I put some links on our website of various people that we have in our Disney Dream Girl podcast family who are travel agents. And by all means, contact them, get in touch. As I say, at the end of the day, I'm only mentioning this because you guys will benefit. These travel agents are amazing. Erica is the most amazing person. We've also got Tiffany Moss, another amazing, kind, warm-hearted person. They do Disney travel and they do it amazing, and they will take so much pressure off your shoulders. So please, my top tip is use a travel agent.
Yeah, it takes some of the overwhelmingness out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and being from the UK doesn't stop you using American travel agency. And another thing that the UK and US differ with is that when I booked the previous year's trip, is about 3 months prior to my trip, my travel agent got in touch with me and said, I've been able to apply some Disney discounts to your booking. And I saved about $600-700.
Wowzers.
On my trip.
Not to be sniffed at.
Now, we don't get that in the UK. Once you book with, say, Virgin or Thomson or Thomas Cook or whatever, that is the price. You don't get them turning round and saying, oh, we've got a Disney discount for you.
No, definitely not.
And it's great because you can, from the UK, you can book your flight, you can book your accommodation and do it all separate.
Yeah.
Job's a good one. Mm-hmm. So that's something. And linking into that, Susan Kelly asked a question, is it a better option for her to get free dining and pay the rack rate for the hotels, or get a reduced price on the hotels and pay out of pocket for dining? So what do you think about that one? Because we know that when you get the free dining promotion, you're paying the most expensive rate for the hotel. Now, for some people, it might work out. That's the best deal. What about yourself, Jane?
Yeah, I'm going to say this is where you've got to get and do a bit of research and know your figures, isn't it, to see what you're actually getting. Because I will always, whenever I talk about free dining, I know you can't see me, but I always tend to do the air quotes on free dining. Know your figures, know what you could be paying, weigh the two up against each other. But for me personally, it can come down to a budgeting thing. If I'm getting the free dining, and that means that I can pay for my vacation, including the food, over potentially 12 to 18 months prior to me going, that's preferable for me than to come back to a big credit card bill or have to be taking loads of cash out. Do you know what I mean? It's that element of I can spread that cost out. So even though it may not be necessarily the best deal, if you was to look at pure numbers next to each other, it just means it's better for me personally. So I'm not having to find a big wodge of money when I come back off my vacation. There's nothing worse than having that fantastic trip abroad. Bear in mind that, as the UK, we're out there for 2 weeks. So we've got 2 weeks worth of food and goodness knows what else that we're going to buy. And you get home and literally as you land, what else lands on your doorstep but your credit card bill? And you go, oh, that's how much I spent, did I? Do you know what I mean?
I do. And it is a tricky one, and I suppose it's all down to how you and your family holiday, because if you are going to have counter service meals the whole time, then getting the top level of dining plan isn't going to suit you.
No.
However, if you like to have the signature experience and have all those meals, it's probably a good idea for you. So I would always work out the financials. But Dana Boris sent me an amazing answer on this, because basically she sort of does this for Disney, and she said it's basically not a cut and dry answer, echoing what we've said.
Okay.
So she said if you're staying in a value resort, typically the free dining is going to be a better option, because the room discount at a value is typically only about 10 to 15%. So if you're staying at a value resort and the room is say $200 a night, you're only going to be saving between $20 and $30 a night. Mm-hmm. But if you have free dining, and it's maybe, say, the quick service dining, that's about $60 a night for an adult. So it's obvious that that's going to work out in your best option.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's say that you have 2 adults and 2 children in that room. Your nightly saving is going to be about $160 per night versus that to 20 or 30 on just a room discount.
Yeah.
So you can save big. But when you're looking at a deluxe resort, if you only have 1 or 2 adults in the deluxe room, the discount 30% say off a $700 night per room, then the room discount is going to be a better plan. Because obviously the room is going to cost you more money.
Yes.
This is again where a good travel agent can help you.
Very true.
Because they'll earn the money for you. And again, it's sitting down with that notepad and having 57 versions of every trip in your head and try and working out where you can save money.
What suits, yeah, definitely.
So that's a good one. I've got a question here from Caroline Gray for you.
All right, okay.
And you have a little bit of experience on this, having ridden the previous incarnation over in Disneyland, and I believe in Walt Disney World as well.
Oh, go on, I'm intrigued now.
How do you think the cable cars, aka Skyliner, at Walt Disney World, will change getting to and from the parks? Will it reduce the bus calamities or make any other changes to the amount of people?
Well, I like the Skyliners. I like the old cable cars and everything anyway. And I know some people don't like the thought of riding them anyway, fear of heights and all that malarkey. I did see a YouTube video only probably in the last month or so, and I can't remember exactly, but they were saying it was something like, I want to say 2,000 people per hour, and it was going to be the equivalent of 30 buses an hour or something like that. It would save. I might not be quite right on those figures because it was something I saw in passing. So to my mind, if it gives another alternative method of moving around the resort that will alleviate the pressure on coaches, then I'm all for it. From what I've understand, it's a fairly fast moving, is it like 10, 11 miles an hour type of speed. For me personally, I quite like the fact that, if you're particularly around that area, you can jump on a boat. You don't have to go by bus. There are walkways around. To have another method of moving between resort areas and parks, I'm all for it because I kind of like to mix it up anyway. And I just judge that part of my day. I know it can be a bit of a pain in the proverbial beginning and ends of days, but especially during the day when you're just moving around and having just the general vibe of the place, I quite like mixing it up and doing things differently and jumping on a friendship boat or whatever it may well be. So if I've got a chance to jump on cable car, then I'm going to do it, personally. You may not feel that way, Michelle.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to try him. But I don't do heights. I have got my reservations, but I'm going to go and I'll see how it goes. I think that people will go on them for the sake of going on them, not necessarily to use them as transportation. And then there'll be also the type of people that will rely on them more than the buses, because some people don't like buses.
Well, this is true. And I suppose, like any new feature going in, initially it's going to get a lot of traffic because people want to try it. It's like the monorail. People will just go and ride the monorail because they like to ride the monorail. But it does actually serve a purpose, and it does get you from, A to B and back round again. Obviously, it's just taking the weight of traffic off what could be predominantly the buses be overtly heavy traffic. So, yeah.
I can see maybe 5 years from now, they might become that much beloved mode of transportation like the monorail is. You just don't know. But I fear that all it'll take is for one slight thing to go wrong, like with the previous incarnation, and then it was bye-bye, because basically they had something similar before in the parks.
Yeah, I think the difference is that the old incarnations that were there, having ridden them, they were very much, they were a four-person affair sort of thing. They weren't big. They were designed as an attraction just to get an aerial view of Fantasyland, basically, and Tomorrowland. Whereas these, because they are kind of based, they are an existing system that's used predominantly in ski resorts, etc. They are designed to, be good access for disabled people, and one thing that I think they should be a better run system than perhaps we've seen before. And it's a more modern version of what, I was riding the old cable Skyway back in the early 90s, and it had been there since, beginning of the park sort of thing. So it was an old system even when I was riding it last.
Yeah, agree. Right, one more question here. Tracy Farley says, attraction-wise, what are your definite must-dos and must-do-nots?
Oh, well, come on. Anybody that knows me knows the answers to this question.
It's not a tricky one. Jane doesn't do anything that goes up and down or upside down.
Yeah, end of.
Simples. Whereas I do everything that goes up and down and roundabout and upside down.
This is where we get on so well, Michelle, because it's like we're like opposites that attract, aren't we?
Yeah, we're magnets that bing. But then, on the other hand, we do like all the classics together. We are the two loony ladies singing on It's a Small World. Oh, yeah.
I was gutted. We went to Disney World one year, and I can't remember what year it would have been. It would have been, I want to say, mid-90s. It might have been later than that. I don't know. And It's a Small World was closed for refurb. I will admit I was not a happy person. I was understanding, but I was not happy. And I was very gutted when Toad's Wild Ride went from Disney World, as you were with Snow White. But so it's kind of, I do like the dark rides. I do like the quintessential, the old style, old school. Give me Carousel of Progress or the People Mover. If it's got classic written on it, Jane's probably going to be there.
Absolutely. And that links in lovely to another question from my lovely friend Scott Morris, who does, together with his beautiful wife Tracy, Disney Indiana podcast. And he asks, what attraction that no longer exists at any Disney park would you have liked to have experienced? So that means you've never actually been on it. So you can't say Mr. Toad.
Oh my goodness. Oh, can I have some preparation time for this? Crikey. I never saw the Mickey Review show. And again, having watched one of the extinct attraction videos just very recently on YouTube, I love the story of what happened to that and how it went out to Tokyo. And because I've never been to Tokyo, so I've not seen it there. And now how it's been disbanded. But they can pinpoint where some of the animatronics were reutilised, and the fact that they brought the three Caballeros from there and put them now in the Mexican Pavilion at Epcot. So I kind of like the fact that there's this attraction that was there from the beginning of time, so to speak, Disney World time anyway, that is still there because they've repurposed the animatronics and using them elsewhere. Because I think the seven dwarfs that are in the mine train ride now, some of those in the end scene in the house, they're from the original Mickey review show and stuff. So yeah, I kind of like the fact that gone but not literally not forgotten because they're being used elsewhere. So yeah, Mickey review show. There you go.
Okay.
Pulled that one out somewhere.
I'm struggling on this one. I think it's going to probably be the Disneyland version of the People Mover, because I never got to experience that, and so many Disneylanders absolutely love it.
Yeah, and that's not one I did either, obviously, but yeah.
So I think I'm going to go with that one because I really struggled to think about it. And then I was thinking about different fireworks shows, and then I was lamenting a little bit about how much I miss Main Street Electrical Parade. Because that was my first nighttime parade that I saw, so it sort of like hit me in the heart. And last few times I've been in Walt Disney World, there's been no nighttime parade, and it just seems very
very odd not to have something, yeah.
Yeah, I want a nighttime parade. I want a bit of, pizzazz and lighty-uppy effect, which obviously they're getting over in Disneyland at the moment. But yeah.
That's a really tricky question, actually, yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to set that as a question for all our listeners, okay? What attraction that no longer exists at any Disney park would you have liked to experience and why? I'll post it on our Facebook page on Monday the 13th, my birthday, and I will do that as my birthday giveaway, and I will give away something Disney-esque and some chocoliciousness, and I will pick one that I like and see what we say. So,
interesting.
But yeah, so as a little thank you to Erica, Susan, Caroline and Scott for submitting their questions. If you drop us an email with your addresses, I'll pop something in the post to you. If there is something particularly, Englishified that you'd like us to pop in the mail, please let us know. Now, Caroline, I'm not going to pop anything in the post to you, love. I'm going to be seeing you at DLP in 12 days' time. So you know what we're going to have. We're going to be raiding some M&Ms together, love. So I ain't sending you out. She's my hotel buddy. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. 12 days to Disney, 12 days to Disney.
I need to work mine out, yeah.
Yeah, well, today, as release date, is the 12th and I land there on the 25th. I've even done my online plane check-in for my planey thing because I'm flying there.
Wowzers.
And then I'm going to get on the old big red bus like me and Dee did.
And
I'm going to go on the big red bus. I'm not doing the train. All the way to our hotel. We're staying at the Sequoia. Guess what they serve in the Sequoia Lodge bar?
That big glotini thing.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to have?
Well, I'm debating it. The only problem is Shelley no share big drinks. So Shelley would have to get it for herself.
Ooh, that could be dangerous.
Then Shelley may be poorly.
Yeah. Don't want to be poorly.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. We've not booked any dining or anything because Waltz is under refurb and I can't think of anything else or anywhere else I'd like to eat apart from Five Guys on the Earl of Sandwich.
Nothing wrong with them two options.
So, I've just sort of said we'll see what snacks are available in the park and we will be doing some Disney reportage.
Ooh.
So excited. Disney. Yeah, so basically that's going to wrap up this week's show. We hope you've enjoyed our rumblings, musings and commentary. Please, 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 can we send you over to our website, disneydreamgirls.com. You will find that we've got the wonderful Janine Pipe blogging for us. She's done a really amazing piece reviewing her and her daughter's visit to Akershus. And it's got so much detailing. So if you're considering going there for breakfast, please, please head over at disneydreamgirls.com and have a read through it. By the way, she's got a top tip if you like Mickey waffles, but you're going to have to go over and read it. So we're hoping to have a few more pieces from her over the next few months. We're going to also be having the lovely Liz Reed on next week, talking a little bit about DLP, because we've had a few DLP questions. So we're going to have her on. We're going to have a little bit of a chat about Disneyland Paris. So if you do have any Disneyland Paris questions, send us them, info@disneydreamgirls.com, tweet us @DisDreamGirls, and we will get back to you via the show. But until next week, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.